Okay, start all over again. Welcome to Business Intelligence Analyst course.
You don't dey comot.
My name is AYO. I will be your teacher. I will be your tutor for the next few weeks. I'll be one of your tutors for the next 14 weeks-ish. Now, I'm going to start with this. First of all, you probably haven't met me. I didn't do the introductory part this year.
Sister.
So please, if you're not talking to me, please can you mute? Okay, so as I was saying, you're welcome. The first thing I want to clear your doubts about or try to put straight is this. A lot of the time, when they call this course, they call it data analyst. Okay, they call you a data analyst. That is what the general layman term is for this. But I will take you through a journey before we start the work we're doing today. I'll take you through a journey and then you will see that what we do is actually much more than what a data analyst does. Okay, you earn more money than a data analyst. Data analyst is just a byproduct of this course that we are doing, because anybody can be a data analyst. As you are right now, you are a data analyst. You've been measuring the weather for the past 2 days now, or 3 days, or 1 week before you go out. You know, you're analyzing data. That's it, you're analyzing the weather condition. You are a data analyst. Okay, for the business intelligence analyst, you are essential to a business. Well, data analysts too are essential to business, but yours is at a further stage. They need you. And I should have, all this is what should have been said during the introductory class, which I wasn't available for. I guess I was in Nigeria when it happened. But yeah, anyway, you are back. I'm back, and yeah, you're welcome. So quickly, please, when you start telling people, if they ask you what you do, you're not a data analyst. You are a business intelligence analyst. Okay, it's a step beyond a data analyst. And we'll see the difference in a minute. Some people will say, oh, what about data scientist? We'll see the difference here. Okay, so what is your job? Basically, you work in a business and you are middle management to senior management straight away from your first job, your first day at work, middle management. Yeah, you're not at the bottom of the chain, because your role is key to management. Okay, you join a business, you try to understand what their data is, what type of data they collect. Well, you won't need to be the one collecting the data. For example, Tesco. If you're joining Tesco as a business intelligence analyst today, they already have softwares where if you buy an item, right, in the store, it gives you a receipt, it records everything you've done, and it goes into a central data warehouse. Yeah, your job is to go into the central data warehouse, get data out, and then put it into a recordable format. And why is that necessary? Imagine you have a Tesco. You work with a Tesco. How many Tesco stores are in the UK? Hundreds, right? Now, let's say the biggest ones, and you know those big Tesco's, Tesco Extra. I don't know how much item they sell in a day, but I'm guessing they sell more than 10,000 items in one day. Now, just imagine that you are the boss and someone has brought a list of 10,000 for you for one night for one store, and then how many Tesco extras do we have in this country? Another 1,000. Then they've given you an Excel document with thousands upon thousands of records for you to determine what's going on. You won't like it. Nobody wants to watch that. Nobody wants to see that. So basically, your job would be to go into the data, aggregate the data, put it in a readable format, and bingo, they can see a high level visual analytics of what's going on in the business. And when I mean high level, they can click on it and they can go into low level as well. Okay, so for example, a regional manager would want to see how their region is doing, and all they want to see is the KPIs and some, indicators, what is going on well, what is not going on well, right? Okay, that's that one. A store manager would want to see how the store is doing. Yeah, and in stores, you probably would have people, individual people that are managing a different section. Oh, you are our salesperson to Tesco, to Coca-Cola, or you are the one that this business deals with. You are the person that sources these items for us. Those people at that level, they want to see a list. They want to see things that are happening in their department as well. So you're essential to every part of the chain. So that's your job. Okay. Now, the end point of this game is for you to produce charts that look like this as an analyst. 1 second, I'm going to bring something up to your screen now. I'm going to bring a few things to your screen now. Okay. So the end point of your work is to bring stuff like this. As you can see, these are reports. As you see this report here, is looking beautiful. There is a list of 25,000, 100,000, 1 million lines of Excel records that will have been in Excel record, but that has been summarized into this page. That's what your job is as an analyst. And in the next 4 weeks, you're going to be producing a document like this in 4 weeks, right? Mark my word, 4 or 5 weeks, you yourself will be doing stuff similar to this, where you get data and you know how to mess about with data and you produce reports like this. So the first 4 weeks we're doing Excel. I will be producing data for us. We're going to be using the data and messing about. The next 6 weeks after that, you and I are going to be going into databases to go and get our data out. Okay, we are going to go into data, bring data out, and then come back and make it look like this again. So that's you being able to go into a database, get your data out, and then take it to whatever tool you want to use to analyze it, whether it's Excel, Power BI, SSRS, Tableau, QuickView, whatever it is. We've got 2 other tutors, and they are very happy to show you Tableau and all of that, which is fantastic. I think this is the first time that we're going to have more than 1 tutor on this program. And so my job, I'm leading the program, of course. My job is to show you what it is, and they will help you during the week and teach you different other stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm better than them or they're better than me. We are all professionals in our own fields. By the way, I am a data engineer, and like you, I started as a BI analyst, and I grew my way up. Now, the next question is, someone is going to say, can I do it? Yes, you can do it. Oh, I know a lot of people that did not even go to university that are doing this course, that are doing this work right now. And I'm not capping, I'm telling you the truth. I know a lot of people that studied languages in university that are doing this now. There was a lady in my last team, and she called me privately and said, I don't think I can do this, I'm not that computer savvy, not to even talk of writing a code and all of that and all of that. I tell you, I'm not going to mention her name. Midway into this girl was on fire. I was like, oh my God, I was surprised. She caught it. And yes, we're going to be writing a bit of code, but I say to people, writing SQL code is the best way to writing any program, to becoming a programmer. I have my own reasons for saying that. Some programmers may say, no, C#, it's C++, it's whatever. But for me, I never used to write code before, right? This was a fantastic way of me to understand what parameters was what data types, what it meant, how to, different stuff, different items in code writing. And once I got them here, I was able to transfer them onto other programming language. I can write Python, I can do a bit on C# and so on and so forth. And this is me that could not do anything before. And SQL is the best way. And SQL is more like an English language you're speaking. And when we get to that point, we will see. And you can ask anyone that's been a part of this class before, right? They will tell you it's like you're speaking a language, like English language is that easy. So, yeah. Okay, so business intelligence, data analysis, data governance, visual analytics, strategy documentation, advanced analytics. This is where we are coming into here. Vision analytics, that's what we're trying to achieve. Now, with this, from here, you can go into advanced analytics like data science, machine learning and all of that, which is good. But look at where data analysis is at the back here. So you're further up along the food chain. I don't know what to call it, food chain. But anyway, someone will say, yeah, okay, I've read about data science. What is the difference between business intelligence and data science? Well, this is something here. Okay, your job will be to be writing reports. The job will be able to be writing KPIs, key performance indicators, trends. You're comparing how much did we make last year with how much we made this year. Okay, what's our projection for next year? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You have a database, data warehouse. Okay. You are reporting on, so for example, now at Tesco, if they want to know how much they sold yesterday, they're going to wait until 12 midnight. And then they're going to write some code that generates everything that happened between yesterday midnight and today midnight. And that's the sales for yesterday. Right? This is what you are doing for the business. The business is selling. They don't know about how much they sell. Look, okay, they have maybe an ERP where they can see that, oh, we had 10,000 of this item. Now this item has gone. But if you go to the shop floor, sometimes you will see a product that was advertised at £10 in the morning has now become £8 in the night. Right? So even if that ERP is telling them we have 10 items, now it's becoming 8, you will expect that they'll see 2 times the normal price. No, it's different prices. And this is where you come in. You need to spool all the data together and stuff like that. Anyway, but a data scientist, you are not, it's like an exploratory role. You're doing experiments. It's like you're doing statistics and then, doing probabilities and whatever it is. Yeah, you're looking for patterns and correlations and models and stuff. So yeah, if you look at it, build data model, define reports, generate the SQL commands, create reports, and then data warehousing. This part is when you want to become a developer. Notice I've put a developer here, which is the next step for you if you want to take this further. Okay, whereas look at the data scientists, they gather data, they build models, then they explore the data, then they build and refine the analytic model, and then they look whether it's, a certain goodness of fit, blah, 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 and all of that. That, for this part here, you will need a lot of programming. And if you've not done any bit of programming before, I won't say this is a good place to start. Okay, now I've said for you not to call yourself a data analyst. Why? Okay, let's look at this. As a BI analyst, you're looking at structured queries. This one is structured and unstructured because they can say analyze this data. Oh, we are doing this. Someone told me yesterday, I can't remember. I know the person's name, but I don't know if they are the ones on the platform now. I can see someone, and she said, oh, they've told me to do something for my interview. And I looked at it and I'm thinking the first question here is not like a structured stuff. So I don't know what they applied for. Maybe it was a business, maybe it was data analyst or business intelligence analyst. But I thought it was more like data analyst because the first one was not properly structured. Question was all over the place. Okay. As a data analyst, you're exploring data for patterns. You're doing data mining. You're predicting the future. Data lakes and structured data. You're using Python, Tableau, Power BI. Okay. And stuff like that. And look at their salary, average salary. Now look at a business. Look, this person here is just looking for model. Yeah. You're only advising the business that, listen, I can say a pattern. Maybe when we do this and do that, maybe we're going to make some money. But it's not certain. Or they can invest into it and they don't make money. Okay. But you see this guy here is writing business reports, business reporting and analysis. And based on your report, someone is making decisions. Oh, we need to improve this. We need to understand this. We need to do this and do that and do that. So the tools you need are SQL, Excel, Tableau, Power BI, SSRS, ClickView. There's a lot of them, those tools. And you are going to be seeing, from me, you're going to be seeing SQL, Excel, Power BI. One of the tutors is going to show you Tableau. And yeah, the other two tutors as well, if you struggle with SQL, they will put you through as well because they are all gurus as well in SQL. So yeah, those are the tools you're going to be learning, and you are always working in the finance department. And most organizations that you join, you will have to sign an NDA. Is the NDA, they call it non-disclosure, blah, 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 because you will be surprised the amount of data in your hand. You'll be working for a business, and then the neighbor's data is right in front of you. Yeah, you can work for, there are some government jobs that require clearance. Okay, you'll be doing stuff like that, and you're seeing everybody, both your enemies and your friends, you'll be seeing all their details in your hand because you can. You have the tools and the power in your hands to do stuff like this. Okay, I haven't said that. Please, if anyone is Elsie, hi, how are you? Good to see you again. Elsie, I'm going to make you a co-host. Please, if anyone.
Hi, AYO.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make you a co-host. Please, if anyone is trying to log on and I'm carried away talking, please, can you please just help me admit them? Okay. Right. I can see Ife is logged on twice. Ife, please, from next week, we won't be logging on twice. It's only once. And I'll tell us how to go about things in a minute when I've discussed this. Okay. So this is where we come in this process. No, Ife, it's fine. Don't worry about it for today. We will set our rules and we will take it from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So data comes from a certain source. I said today that you may be working for Tesco, you may be working for Sainsbury, Waitrose, whatever it is. Know that their business is buying and selling, but there is a way they have to record every single thing. If you had a single shop, If anybody's parents here had shops, remember when we were growing up and parents had shop and they would have a big book like that, and they will be recording and stuff. In fact, if you remember, there are some people that they say they collect AYO way back. Oh my God, years ago. I can't. Why did this come to my head? If anyone lived in Lagos before, or maybe not just Lagos, there's some people they come Abalajo. They will come to your mom's shop or your dad's shop, and they will come and collect money and bring one big ledger and write it down. I don't know if anyone can remember. Okay, so they are collecting data the same way every single business needs to collect data, right? And there's a way to process the data, and then you query the data. And once you query the data, it gives you reports. Yeah. Once it gives you the data, then you put the data into some tools, and you make your reports on it, and then management makes their decision based on what you're doing. So you're key to management. Okay. David says he can remember that, John. I don't know, it just popped up in my head right now. They'll bring one big book, and the man will be going from shop to shop and be going from one place to the other. Sometimes you see people fighting, they say the man has chopped the money of the contribution. Anyway, let's not go into that. Okay, so said I was gonna say something just now and I skipped my okay. So anyway, I will remember at some point. So basically, this is what our job is: getting data from a source, using the data to make dashboards. And what I showed you earlier, which is all these are called dashboards. In fact, if I go Excel dashboards, which we will be building Excel dashboards in the next 4 weeks, see, all of these beautiful stuffs are from Excel. And you're like, really? That my very Excel? Yes. A lot of us have been using Excel for so long, but you have no idea how powerful that Excel is. A friend of mine joined this course from the US about 2.5 years ago. He works for the Inland Revenue, Customs, whatever in the US. And he's an accountant and he uses Excel. And after 3 weeks, the guy called me and he said, wow, I cannot believe I've got the most powerful tool in my hand, and all I am doing is adding and subtracting and doing 1 or 2 things. Your Excel can do much more. Look, your Excel can connect to so many things. You can get data from the website, just pull it straight away from Excel. You can get it from CSVs, from data sources, database, from Azure, from different connection, ODBC, OLEDB, Active Directory from Hadoop. Anyway, you get to understand. Once you get into the business, you get to understand some of these tools. And I know some of you are already into this already. So yeah, you probably would understand what I'm saying. So you could get documents from JSON, from XMLs and stuff, and then mess about with them. Okay. So having said that, I am going to stop here and take your questions. Does anybody think they've come into the wrong class so far? Is anybody afraid and saying, no, I can't do this? Is anybody wondering what this thing is going to look like? I'm still not sure. Can you please ask your questions?
Hello, sir. Thank you very much for the lecture, sir. Please, I would like to ask, how do we get the recording for the class so we can go over it?
Okay, so the reason why we're using Telegram is because Telegram can accept a lot of megabytes of downloads, unlike WhatsApp. So as soon as we finish this meeting, I'm going to wait for it to finish rendering. As soon as it renders, I'm going to send it to our group chat on Telegram. So it's going to
Oh,
be
okay, sir.
available immediately, as soon as I can.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
No worries, you're welcome. Any other question, guys, before we crack on?
Hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Thank you for the lecture so far. I just have a concern or a
Yes.
question. So I just want to ask that business intelligence analysts, do we only find them in conventional like office workspaces? Do we like what non-conventional spaces can we find business intelligence analysts?
Please, I'm going to let you ask that question again, just because your voice was a bit far away. Bits and pieces from it. Can you please ask your question again, please?
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me.
It's fine. I wanted to be sure I heard what you were saying properly.
I just want to ask that what are the non-conventional spaces that we can find business intelligence analysts? Like, is it only like how do I say like the office-based workspaces only? What do you know of any non-conventional spaces that
Like
we
what?
can
Give me an example. Give me an example. Let me just know.
Okay.
Let me see. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, because personally, I work in healthcare at the moment.
Yes.
I'm a nurse. So the
Yes.
reason why I wanted to apply for this program, so maybe you can tell me if I'm in the wrong space, is because I was looking into going into biotech nursing.
Okay.
So just being like as a because of my background in healthcare, being as a like sort of middleman between biopharmaceuticals and healthcare, like hospitals and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I don't know if what you think.
Okay. So being a business intelligence analyst,
Yeah.
you can work in any area where there is a business, whether it's pharmatech, whether it's hospital. The person who I said contacted me a couple of days ago because of their interview, they wanted to. The job was for healthcare. It's everywhere. Look, anywhere there is a business, they need a business intelligence analyst. Even schools, I was surprised. A couple of years ago, I was looking online and I realized that even grammar schools are now advertising for the roles of business intelligence analyst. And the reason why I said I was surprised is because I was a high school teacher before. I used to teach maths in high school. I've taught almost everywhere in this country. I've been in London, Ireland, Manchester, name it. I was a maths teacher, and I carried the whole of this country small. But yeah, I didn't know that schools too would need it. But trust me, anywhere there is a business, even if you don't use this in a business setting, you need these skills for your own personal life. This is a life skill you're learning. Business intelligence analyst is a life skill you're learning. Just today, I realized something, and I realized that hang on, I bought. Okay, so in my spare time, when I want to waste money, and I say I want to waste money, I mean when I want to try to diversify and all. I try to sell on Amazon. And one of the tools that I bought was there's this I can't remember the name of this tool again. The tool that would analyze the best-selling items on Amazon and the prices and all that, so that you can do your homework and then you can go and purchase it and start selling. And I just realized today, honestly, today, that hang on, I was paying £100 every month for that piece of software, for that piece of work. And I just looked at it today and I started making some connections today. And I saw that even I could log into the same way they got the data, I could do it on my own. And I'm like, oh my God, I paid £100 every month for this. So yeah, this is a life skill. Okay. So if you are, like you're saying, I think biotech, I'm not sure what you are, what that means, what you're doing in between with that. But I believe that for you to do anything, you need to
be able to know your data if you're going to be in between two people. And I'm thinking, if I'm getting what you're saying, I don't know whether your role is more of a business analyst, because a business analyst is like go between, and they just talk. All they do is talk and ask, where do you want improvement? I want improvement here. You want improvement there? Blah 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 blah. Okay, I'll communicate it to the developers. They develop it, and I'll bring you feedback. If that is the one you want, then you're going for a business analyst. But if you want to take it a step further, because your job also, most of the companies that I know, apart from the big multinationals, they don't have business analysts. In fact, even when they do, you are still doing the work of a business analyst, but with coding as well. So which adds to it. So yeah, I don't know if I've answered your question. What's your name, by the way? Sorry.
It says Tifa.
Okay. So have I answered your question? Does that
Yes.
assure you? Okay. All right, cool. I
Thank you
didn't know
very
whether I'd answered your question properly, but yeah.
Thank
I
you very
would
much.
say if you're still not certain, you can take a week, 2 weeks and see how it leads. I'm happy for you to switch whatever class you want to do, but you won't regret doing this one.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tifa. Right. Any other questions before we start? We have a few things to go through today. Any questions? Okay, Femi, are you the same as Oluwafemi Adebanjo? Are you logged in twice? If you are, it's okay
Yes,
for
yes, I
today.
am.
Okay, if you are, it's okay for today. From next week, please, we only take one login per person. Now, let me tell us how the way for you to make this work for you. If you have only one laptop for this program, please, it's not going to work, right? Because this course is more of a hands-on course. I'm teaching, you're doing. I'm showing, you're doing. Okay. Now, this is different from the time that you're going to go and spend on your own to do your own, coursework or whatever it is. But as we're doing, I want you to learn it now as well. So if you're having to close Zoom as you're watching, to open Excel, to put it in Excel, and then close Excel and go back to Zoom, you will be dragging us back. You'll be telling us, oh, wait. And we don't have that time. We only have 2 weeks, 2 hours per week. So please, what I will ask you to do is get an HDMI cable. I'm expecting that your laptops all have HDMI. Connect to a monitor. If you don't have a monitor connected to your TV, everyone has got smart TVs now, and every smart TV has got HDMI, right? Connect it to your smart TV and watch the video. Watch us. Watch what we are doing on the smart TV, and then do your do on the laptop. Okay, so please let us do that. If you have only one screen, you won't like it. The pace will go too fast for you because we won't be waiting too much for one person, especially if you're on one screen. I won't even wait. Okay. Also, I noticed that a lot of us came late today. Today is the first lesson. That's okay. And I know some people have been to work today and all of that. It's fine. From next week, it's going to be 6:30. I'll give a 5 minutes grace and then we start. So, yeah. Also, sometimes you can see my spellings are wrong on these things. Please, like I said, I'm a teacher. I don't think this math teacher doesn't know how to spell. It's just sometimes you type in fast and all that. But as soon as I see them, I will correct them. Okay, I haven't said all of that. If there is no other question, I'm going to make a start. This is the course starting in effect. Now, we're going to be looking at Excel for the next 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. So let's get used to Excel. Some of us already know Excel. Some of us are advanced users of Excel. Please bear with us. I promise you, you will still learn 1 or 2 things. Yeah? So please bear with us. We want to carry everybody along on this course. Okay. So, Excel, what are rows? What are columns? What are cells? Straightforward. I'm not going to faff about with that. Anything going from here across, that's a row. Row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, row number 4, row number 5, rows, 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 columns, 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 columns. Yeah, that's it. Simple as. Where a row meets a column is called a cell. See, row meets column, a cell, or a field. Yeah, let's call it a cell for the purpose of this course. Okay, so when we're talking about, oh, I wrote my query. How many records did you get? Oh, I got 2 rows. I got 10 rows. I got 12 records, whatever. You know, that row in data, we can also call it records, especially if there's, so this is a record. This is a record, a record, a record, a record, a record, blah, blah, blah. Okay, workbook, a worksheet. Okay, so all of this is an Excel workbook. Can you guys see my screen? I'm shaking something, right? Can you see my screen? Oh, okay, I'm boring, right? Nobody's listening to me again.
No,
Okay.
we're listening. Please, can you make the help us increase the size of your phone?
Yes, I can. Thank you. What's your name?
Thank
Your
you.
name is definitely not
Teresa.
Lenovo. Teresa. Okay.
Teresa, yeah.
Thank you, Teresa. Please, can you make sure that you please put your name so that I don't call you the name of your computer?
I'll do that before the end of the class.
Thank you very much. Okay, this is better now, I guess. So let's move all of this across, 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 and across. Okay, so all of this is a workbook. Everything here is a workbook. And inside the workbook, there are worksheets. See? Worksheet. You can create another worksheet, another worksheet, another worksheet, blah, 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 and so on, and so on. Yeah? Okay. So now the next thing I want us to see here, guys, is this range and ribbons and all of that. We're not going to be too worried about that. Well, we'll talk about them, but look, I want us to look at this and please pay attention. When you are saving your work, this is very essential, right? Extensions. What are extensions? Everyone knows when you save your Word document, it will save at .doc, .doc. If it is a PDF, some of them we have .pdf, I believe, yeah. If you're saving a CSV, it will have either .txt or something else. But let's look at saving Excel, right? File, save as. Pay attention. A lot of us, when we're saving our work, we just go file, save as, save. Boom, done. There is something here I want you to pay attention to. This bottom here. You probably haven't looked at this before, unless you've been in data proper before. Extension. These are called extensions. So look, .xls. That is Excel version 97 to 2003. Most of us are using the latest version of Windows, Windows 11, Windows 10, and they come with Excel 365, right? Okay, let's see Excel 365. What's the extension? Excel 365 is XLSX. You'll be thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? Is it not Excel? Excel is Excel. blah, 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 blah. It should be the same. No, they are not the same. They are the same kind of, but you would see anybody here, you would have noticed sometimes you're trying to save your Excel and it's saying, oh, the format has changed. Some things will not appear the same. I'm sure most of you have seen that before when you're trying to save, especially when someone else sends you a document and you're saving it on your computer and it tells you the format has changed, blah, 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 blah. That's because of the different extensions. Okay, what have I pressed on my... Can everyone still hear me? Can everyone still hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Or I'll carry on then. Okay, so if you're using macro, you're going to have the macro enabled. There are a few macro ones, right? Look, this is the workbook for 97 to 2003. Look at CSV. There is a .csv here. To save XML, this is it. There's another CSV here. There's a text here, right? And so on and so forth. Why am I showing you this now? At some point in the future, when we start importing data into the data warehouse, into our database, and it starts giving you errors, maybe because of the version of your data of your database. Maybe you've downloaded a 2022 SQL Server. No, is it 2019? I think is the latest. I think. Yeah, I think it's Visual Studio that's 2022, the latest version, and you say, oh, I'm too fuzzy. I don't want to. I can't see some features in your thingy. Then all you need to do is go back and change the format, the extension of the document to either an old one or a new one, depending on what it's saying, and then it works. Also, let me tell you something now very quickly. I am going to save this document as a CSV file, and you will see, right? Now, if I save this as a CSV, you will think, hang on, once it saves it as a CSV, it should not give you Excel lines anymore. Duh. Look, I still have Excel file, Excel lines. The numbers, the rows, and the columns, everything's still the same. But look, it's kicking off here to say it doesn't support workbooks that contain multiple sheets. To save only the active sheet, click OK. To save all the sheets, then save them individually using a different file name for each one. You can see it's already kicking off. Now, if it was only one page I had, it would have saved it. Now, why am I going through this, telling you this about this extension? You'll get interviews. And the interview that they will give you, they will purposely put this as a .csv. They'll give you a question and they'll tell you to query that there's something here, do a formula that is going to do this, is going to do that. And you, being the super excited guy, I've got an interview, I've got to smash this, and you've put in your formula into it, and you're like, because CSV won't take formulas. And you've put your formula in and it's like, nope. Computer says no. And you're sweating there. And they're giving you 1 hour to do your task. And 45 minutes is still not taking the formula. All you need to go and check is this extension. Right? You know that if it is in CSV or the other CSV, it will not work. What's CSV, by the way? It's just text. Comma separated values. Yeah, but then it appears like an Excel document, but in real sense, it's just commas to separate it. Look, in Excel here, you can see lines separate columns. But basically, if you save it as a CSV, it's just saying the first thing you see is 1, comma, introduction to MS Excel, comma, 17, comma, equal to, comma, and so on and so forth. So please, extension is very, very important. Range. That's from one end to the other end. I don't want us to discuss this one too much now because it won't make any difference now. We will get it. Okay, you can create new tabs. You can name tabs, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you can change cell colors by going to format cell, font, change the color to red, whatever you want to do. That's the writing. The border, you can make it harder. You can make it hard. Border, you can fill the color up, whatever you want to do, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to waste time with this. We're going to come back to this at some point, so let's not waste our time. However, if you look at the top here, there are so many ribbons here and stuff, okay, that we can use. Look at this. With file, you can open new one. You can get information, you can save, you can print, you can share, you can export, you can publish, you can close, right? Insert, pivot table, which we're going to be using. Pivot recommended tables, pictures, shape, blah, 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 blah. Charts. When we get to designing our dashboards, we're going to be needing a little of this. Okay. Page layouts. Okay, you can change your orientation from landscape to portrait. We already know all of this. I'm not going to waste your time with this. Okay, formulas. Okay, so you can insert functions. There's a difference between functions and formulas. But anyway, we'll get there. Okay, these are different formulas that you can use. You can open this, it will tell you all of the formulas or functions that's available, blah, blah, blah. And if you start using them, it will tell you, can you see it tells you what it does. So this one removes non-printable character from text. This is just characters, right? Array to text, returns a text representation of an array. Yeah, more functions. Okay, we're going to be needing some of these for the things that we do. Okay, so this is data. Again, a lot of this is where you come in. You're going to be using most of these at some point. Queries and connections. You're going to be this query and connection. Say for example, I've designed a dashboard here, a dashboard here, a dashboard here, and I want all of them to be changing as I'm changing something here. Yeah, I can go to queries and connection and change all and just say, look, connect everything together on this, on that, and then things will start changing. Anyway, that's by the way. Okay, review, probably won't need much of that. View, so I just last week someone said at work, someone said, oh, one of our reports, we just wanted to freeze the pane. We don't want to see things as we're scrolling. You can freeze panes here. I was just thinking to myself, this person can't they do this thing by themselves? But anyway, you get all sorts when you're working on this. Now, I wanted to show you something here. So if I click this one, see, you can create your own stuff here. Whatever you want to create, let me see. There is. Okay. So pin it back. There is a way to create your own tabs and ribbons here, whichever one you want to do. You can add more to this. If you don't like this, or if you don't want to see sort here, you can take it away from here. Like, look, you can add it to quick access toolbar. Okay, you can collapse it, you can customize it, all of this. Okay, just right click, customize. You see, so I can say, you know what, because I'm a data developer, I don't need to be increasing or decreasing. I'm going to remove that, and it brings you to this point here, and you can do whatever you want to do. See? Yeah, so you can say, look at data type, query connection, get data and transform, you know, sort and filter. I can say, look, I don't want to see it there, and if I take it away from there, it's gonna disappear from there. But we're gonna need this, so we won't take it away. Yeah, okay. If you want to mess about with this in your time, that's fine. But please, whatever you take away, please put it back until you're sure that you don't need it again. Okay, right. I'm rushing now, guys. Please stop me if you think I'm going too fast. If you have any question, stop me. Okay? Stop me. We will take questions. Okay. In Excel, you have formulas and you have functions. Formulas, you type them yourself. Functions, they are predefined formulas, and you just use them. Okay, I'm not going to take us through all of these. You know how to use this. This is power to raise to the power of something, blah, blah, blah. Okay, hard-coded. Okay, so hard-coded is when you hard-code something. How do I explain hard-coded now? So I can make something work with a function and make it, just smooth, just a smooth operation, just go, automate it, or I can hard code it using my own code to do the same thing. Okay, but we'll go back there. Don't worry, please. We will all of these things. This is just to get you familiar with some of the words and stuff. Okay, cell referencing, data types. You're going to data types. Like I said, this is one of the best first ways to learn programming. There's data type called text. In other programming language, you get strings. There's integer, int, there's decimal, there's float, there's date time, there's money, data types. I never knew this before until I started learning about SQL. In fact, until I started doing this course, I knew there was integer. I knew all of this. All of these they taught you in primary school, decimal, integer, text, whatever. But for programming language, these actually represent your type of data, the data types that you've got. Okay, having said all of that, before I move on to the next worksheet, I'm going to come here. Right, hiding tabs. A lot of the time as well, they give you a task for interview. And what the interview person has done is they've hidden all the tabs. Can you see all of these here? I'm going to hide all of them now. Hide, 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 and hide. Okay, a lot of the times I've sent documents out to people and they have not bothered to check what's there. So someone says, oh, I need this report, blah, 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 blah. I know that person is going to come back the next day or the next month, or give them 3-6 months, they're going to come back. And because what they told me to do was on the fly, and because I don't want to keep every code that I do, so I just write the code and I put it beside this. It doesn't know. So I've just said, blah, 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 whatever. And I've gone here and I've done hide it. So that 1 year later, when the person comes and says, oh, you did something for us next year. No, 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 no. I say, okay, that's fine. Okay. I just go and check. I say, send back your documents to me. So, but you don't need, don't worry, just send it to me. Okay. And I want you to start making a note of this now. Every time you get a document in Excel, please check. And how do I know if anything is hidden? If I right click, this on hide is not going to be grayed out. You will see it like this. If there was nothing to hide, you won't have this option. But once you see this, click it. Now, can you see? It's told me, oh, there are so many sheets to hide that's hidden. So let's go and unhide them. So what I do now is put my hand on control. If I just want to unhide one, I'll just click one and I bring it back. Yeah. Okay, let's delete this one. But if I want to bring everything back, right click, unhide, it brings this, then I put my hand on control and I start tapping off. Tap, 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 tap. My hand is still on control all the way through. Now I've selected everything. I take my hand off control. What is your control button? The control button is your CTRL button, the bottom left. Then I click OK. And look, everything, voila, comes back. Okay, so don't fall for people's tricks. You work in data. Whenever you get anything, please make sure you're checking them to make sure you know what's in your data. Some people have signed their own death warrant with data underneath the hood and they don't know. Okay, I haven't said that. That's a bit extreme, but yeah, okay, whatever. Right, okay. Let's introduce ourselves to formulas. Formulas are easy, and this is probably what you guys have done all your life on Excel. Yeah? Formulas. Now, I'm just going to add one more thing to what you've been doing, basically, right? Because I know you can do this, and you're all going to do this. This is dead easy, isn't it? Dead easy. How would you do this? Equal to, oh, that plus that, and enter, and it gives you your answer. And then you come here, you pull all the way down, and it gives you the answer for the others. I hope there is nobody here that still goes, oh, equal to 4 plus 6, because this is 4 plus 6, and you get the answer, and then you expect that that's going to happen. No, it's going to be doing 4 plus 6 all the way. However, if you do the first one using the cell referencing, if you reference this cell, and ask them to add together, will give you this. The next step, because Excel is smart, is going to reference this too. The next step is going to reference this too, and so on and so forth. And someone will say, "AYO, this is too easy for us." Okay, yes, I know. Now, there is a way I want you to start doing things like this, especially when it's a lot of data, right? And this is a bit too much. Come here, AYO. Too much. Okay. So now, okay. Anyway, let's hold this for now. Let's hold this one. I'm going to show you the fast way in the next slide. Let's just do this. Everyone, can we do this now? Equal to that. Actually, hold on. Plus that. Okay. And then you do your answer, and then you pull it all the way down, or in fact, you double click this little box here. It does that. Okay. So I've told you exactly what not to do, and I've done it again. Now you're silly me. Okay. Let's do this again. Equal to that. Add that. And that, and then double click that, it goes all the way down. Now that's a fantastic way, but I want to show you a faster way, a better way, guys. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you start working, you're not going to have 1 to 100 lines. You're not going to have 1 to 15 lines. You can write a query and you're bringing in on 1 million lines, and you want to start doing, oh, this one and this one, it's going to be too cumbersome. So there's a way we can do it. Now look at, I'm going to make sure I select this first, all of this, everything, right? And then I'm going to do equal to that cell, add that cell. And once I've done that, I'm going to put my hand on control and I'm going to hit enter. Boom. You see that? It's done everything in one go. That's how I want it to start working now. Again, I'm going to make sure that everything is highlighted. Then now, guys, I want you to try this now, because some people are going to highlight it and then they're going to go back here and click here and all the highlights go away. Please pay attention. What I want you to do is highlight. Once you highlight, stop. Do not press anything again. The next thing you press after highlighting is equal to. The equal to knows exactly where to go into. Boom. See that? Yeah? Okay. Now, once you've done equal to, don't click. You're not clicking anything until we're done. So you go that, which is the first cell, take away the next cell. And once you've done that, do not click enter. You need to put your hand on control and then tap enter. Again, it does everything for you in one go. Right, there's 3 more. I give you guys 30 seconds. Let's sort that out. Everyone on this page, let's sort this out now. Quick, 30 seconds. And I'm counting. 10, 19, 18, 17, 21, 29, and 30. Thank you very much. Has anyone finished? Okay, this class is quiet. Elsie, what's happening? They are all quiet this time. These ones are very, I think these ones are, they are efficos. I think I saw Sarah log in just now. You get the idea, Femi? Okay, did you share an Excel file earlier? Yes, it's in your Telegram. Check your Telegram, it's in the Telegram. Elsie, I was saying this class is very quiet. Just watch them in the next 2-3 weeks, okay? Our class is always usually bubbly. And we discuss and we talk and all that. Well, I understand this is the first day and everyone is still shy, so it's
So, please,
okay.
where do I find the power button? The
Your
red
line
power.
is breaking. Say the question again, sorry.
Yeah, I said, where can I find the red power button on my
Oh,
laptop? I can't find
okay.
it.
So if you look on your computer, you will see number 6. What is the button
Oh,
on
okay.
top of number 6?
Okay.
Okay, so
Thank
you
you.
use your shift and 6.
Okay, thank you.
I hope no one is doing it no one is doing equal to, and then this, then times this, and then coming here and pulling down or pressing this. If you're doing it, you're wrong. Don't do that. That is you. That was you a day before or yesterday. From today, we're putting on our business intelligence cap. Okay,
Yeah, I'm done.
cool. So everyone is done, right? Okay, I gave 30 seconds. It's more than 30 seconds. I'm gonna crack on. Okay, right. So please, guys, remember we're picking everything like that, and you're pressing equal to, and you're doing whatever you want to do from this. Divide by that, and you're pressing Control Enter. It does everything for you in one go. Now, I didn't get that. Can I see your hand up? I didn't get that. I didn't know how to do that. Can I see your hands up? Anyone like that? I didn't catch that. It didn't work for me. Okay, I am going to guess that is a go. Okay, that's fantastic. Now, look, if you look at this data now, right? For those of us that are still pulling down data, pulling down the answer, look, I've pressed, I'm at the end of my table here, and this thing is still going. And then I have to carry my mouse and go up again and start pulling. And at the end of my table again, I'll carry it mouse again and start pulling, and so on. How many times am I going to pull today? My God. Look. And I've still not got to the midway. Annoying, right? Okay. Let's look at a faster way of doing things. First of all, you want to look at the bottom of your data, Control Shift down. See? It takes me straight to the bottom, right? I want to see the top, Control Shift up. Can you see that? You want to try that very quickly. I'm happy for you to do that. So I can go here and do a Control Shift down. It takes me to the last item on the data. And from the last item, I want to do a Control Shift up. It takes me to the top. Most times, when you're working on Excel, and I've seen this, and this has happened to me before, and you've opened the Excel, especially when it's a network shared file, and the last person that looked at it was on 15,448, they start doing like this. And And if you're like me, you start whistling. And you start looking at that, and you're spending what? If I see someone like this next to me doing it, the thing annoys me, especially when the mouse is making noise, right? Okay, because it just tells me the person don't know how to use Excel. Right? Control Shift up, you get to the top in one go. Or you start pulling this up and down. Yeah? Okay. From now on, you know you don't have to do that. Control Shift down and you're done. Now, I showed us something just now, which I shouldn't have done really, because here I told you when you want to do this, you select this from top to bottom. I lied, right? Pardon me, I lied. Why? Because just imagine that we have this data, right? See, I've opened this at the bottom now. Now, if I want to do the same thing here, that means I have to select this, and I have to keep selecting, and I have to keep selecting. Oh my God, and I have to keep selecting again, and I'm nowhere near, and I still have to keep selecting, and still select, and still select, and still select, and look at where this thing is still here. It's taking ages, right? Okay, so for short, small data here, of course, we can just do this. It's clean, it's nice, it's easy. You can do that. When you now have stuff like this, we have a big problem. So either I can do Control Shift down, but that one then constitutes another problem. Because there is no data here, it's going to go to the last item of this page. Boom, look at that, 65,635,536. And that's not true. So I go Control Shift up again. And if I go to this side and I go Control Shift down, it takes me to 22,000. So this is actually where it should have stopped. But because everything is blank, it takes me to the last blank page. So that tells me now I need to find a way of sorting this out, especially if this was a task I was given at work to do, right? What do I do about this? So if this was a task to do at work and they've told you to find the total, and we know what total is, 1 times 3, right? This multiplied by this to give you that. Easy peasy. Now, but if I try to do that now, in fact, let me do this now. I'm going to do Control Shift down, and I'm going to do equal to, and I'm going to do that multiplied by that, and I'm going to do Control Enter. See, it populates everything for me, right? But look, it doesn't stop at there. It goes all the way to the bottom, which doesn't look tidy, does it? If you give this to your boss and say, look, I've done my report, and then it goes, oh, wonderful, let's see the bottom. And it goes to the bottom and it starts saying 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. It's going to ask you, dude, what's this? Doesn't look right. And even if it doesn't ask you or tell you anything, trust me, this data is going to mess up your is going to mess up your, what's it called, your dashboard. Okay, so let's find a different way.
Hi, Ayo.
of doing
Sorry,
that.
I'm going
Yes,
to go on my laptop, please.
that's fine. That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. So what do we do here, guys? What I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to turn this into a table, because with a table, it defines the last place for all of these columns. It defines where it stops. How do I do that? Guys, again, I'm saying to you now, if I'm going too fast, which I am, and I know that, and that's because this is just introductory Excel. But if you find the pace a little too fast, stop me. We are going at the pace of the slowest in the class. Okay, so if it is too fast for you, please stop me. Okay, what do I do here? Well, first of all, I'm going to come here. I'm going to say insert a table. I'll say it again. Because if I do Control Shift down, this takes me to way beyond the last point of the data. So I'm going to do Control Shift up and go back. I'm going to click anywhere inside this data. And then I'm going to say from home, click on insert. You see a table here, table. And then it says create table. Where is the data for your table? Normally, Excel is smart. It knows where the table is. And you can see it's giving us the number of the last record, 22,051. Yeah. So it's starting from A1 to I 22,051. The next bit I want you to see is this. It says my table has headers. What are headers? The headers are the titles for the table. If your table had started from just one, don't put this here. Don't check it. Right? But because he has customer date, product, region, sales, quantities, customer unit sales total. Yes, it has headers. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say okay. Now that becomes a table. I can change that table name now and give it whatever name. I can come here and say this table is called data 1. Yeah, whatever. You don't have to name it. You can leave it the way it is. It's fine. Okay. Now haven't put your data into a table. All I can now do now, if I do Control Shift down, see it stops at the right place. Control Shift up takes me to the right place. Okay, so now you can do exactly what I showed you before. So I'm going to go Control Shift down. And yes, if you look at it, again, I said to you, once you've done your Control Shift down, do not click anything again. Yes, it's looking at number 22,000, but oh, wait. We're supposed to be writing our formula on number 1 here, but now this is taking us to number 22,000. Yes, don't worry. I know I say it. Yeah, but just follow me, right? Okay, what do I do after I've done my Control Shift down? I'm going to type equal to. By itself, it goes to the top. And now once it's done that, I can then click on this to reference this cell and then do a multiply and then click on that cell. And again, you're not going to just press enter, you're going to do a control enter. Now, the intelligent thing this is going to do is that it's going to do this times this, give you the answer for this times this, give you the answer for this times this, give you the answer for this, and so on. So I'm going to click on control and enter. Look at that, it does that. And let's see where it stops actually, if it's gone beyond our data. No, it stops exactly at the right place. And you can see how we're working and we're moving fast. Now, instead of scrolling up and down and taking ages, this is a task that you have done in a few seconds. In fact, in 5 seconds, you're done with this. Okay, I know someone unmuted just now. Also, I know our proprietor, Mr. Deji, is here. So I'm going to ask whoever unmuted just now to speak if you are asking a question or if you want to make a comment. If not, I'll ask Mr. Deji to speak to the class. Okay, the person is not owning up now. Right, okay. Mr. Deji, you can talk.
Yeah, hi everyone. Actually, this is not my class. I don't know what to say anyway. So I want to say welcome to everyone. Yes, joining for the first time on this particular DA class. So it's going to be interesting actually. So, and like I told some people, DA was actually my first role in life as a professional person. Yeah. So, and it's really, really interesting at having to work with data and get some interpretation from data, because data will speak to you. Data tells story. And I used to say to people as well, DA is a life skill that everybody should have, to be honest. Whether you are a seller or you're a buyer or you're a businessman, you're a QA, BA, Scrum Master, or even you want to become a DA, DA is a life skill. Like for instance, in this Excel that, AYO is showing us here. So everyone needs to know how it works. You need to understand it as well. So that's why I said this is really, really, really important. So I want to say thanks to AYO for helping out on this one. So, and yeah, to be honest, the road will be rough, it will be bumpy. So just, yeah, hold tight, actually. It's going to be interesting. You might see me once in a while in the class, to be honest. So, and I'm just here as observers. So, so there are three tutors that are going to be teaching you this term. It's really, really interesting. So, and you're going to, yeah, be hearing more from them. So AYO will be the lead tutor. And then after that, there'll be other tutors that would be kind of follow up on what AYO has taught you. They will be doing like a workshop to actually for you to familiarize yourself with what AYO, like I listened to AYO says, is also going very fast, but don't worry. If you don't understand, you still have another person that you can use to catch up on that. But of course, I do appreciate what AYO is doing. He's trying to say, if you don't understand now, you can say it. So which I think is good. So just make sure that, yeah, you catch it. If you don't, say, you still have opportunity to do that. But in the next one, we want to ensure that it's going to be workshop. You have to bring your laptop. You go in that pace. So it will be good for everybody to have actually mastered what we are going. And I think one of them will be taking you on Wednesday, 9 to 10. Another tutor is on Thursday, 8 to 9. Yeah. 8 to 9 on Thursdays, and also on Wednesday, 9 to 10. So that is it from me. Any question before I let AYO does his thing, what he does best anyway.
They are shy. This team, they are shy for now. I'm looking at a way of, shaking all of them together so that they're not quiet again.
All right, I think they don't like it. They are actually typing to you anyway.
It's me. They don't like me. No, it's me.
So don't worry, they warm up to you. And
Yeah,
so
we'll get there.
Guys, so it's really, really interesting. And to be honest, I doesn't like a quiet class as well. So ensure that you ask your question in the class. Yeah. So okay, I think that's me. Thank you so much, AYO, for this. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you very much, DJ. Really appreciate that. Okay. So please, like I said, if I go too fast, stop me. I know you have other tutors to go and speak to on Wednesday and Thursdays, but it would be great if you're going to meet them and you already know this and they can impart additional knowledge than you going and then bringing them back. And like I said, those two are professionals. They are gurus in their fields as well. So if I was you, I would learn, I would understand now, so that when you go to them, you're advancing your knowledge, so you can get a lot more in these 3 months. This course, in a year, you won't finish it. You're learning on the job as you go. Even the people that have been in the industry for 20 years, they are still learning. There was a guy that I met yesterday on Monday, and he was trying to show me some things. This is a guru. He's been in this industry for over 30 years, and he was saying something, and I said, okay, hold on. What you're trying to do, let me show you. And the guy was like, oh, wow, I never knew that. I'm like, yeah, okay. So people learn every day, but please learn now. Yeah, so that when you go to the next tutor, you say, oh yeah, we've done this. Can you show us something else? And they can show you more cool stuff. And in that 3 months, you've got a lot more under your belt. So, but again, if you have questions, you can always take it to them. Or please ask questions now while you can. Chinyere has her hands up. Is this the same Chinyere I know, or a different one?
Maybe a different one.
A different one. Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Chinyere.
I'm fine. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Good evening.
I'm going to take you back a little because I was actually using my phone
Okay.
before I have to on my system.
Okay.
So I jotted something about the control shifts up and down. So, but if I do the control shift up, it gets me to the top page.
Yeah.
Then when I do control shift down, I'm seeing like it takes me to number 6,666 something instead of the two
Yes.
where the data
Okay.
stops. So
All right. So you missed the part where I told us to add a table. Now, and I think someone is asking me a question regarding something similar like that. I'm going to take it back a bit. And thank you for asking the question. And please remember, you've paid for this course, right?
yeah.
Don't worry, nobody is going to tell you off. If you don't understand, look, like I said, I was a teacher, I was a high school teacher. Now, if a child doesn't understand, even if the child was playing in class from morning till night, they will still blame the teacher. Yeah, that's the UK standard for you. So my job as a teacher was everybody must understand, even the most playful kid must understand. So please don't think that you're pulling me back. Everybody has got to be carried along. So if anybody is stuck, please talk. Don't wait. Talk about it. Okay. So I've
Thank
cleaned
you.
this up now. Let's see. So what I said. So someone said,
Sorry, Ayo, quickly
yes.
before I leave you. Actually. So one thing is just an information as well, so that we get clarity on it. So one thing that I want to also ensure that you guys understand as well is, aside these 3 lectures, right, which is specifically for DA, right, these 3. So you can as well attend any other courses as well. So be the Scrum Master courses, DA, BA courses, and everything. So you can do that. But one thing that's important on this one is very, very important. Yeah, that's one. So another thing that I want to say is, we still have some spaces for DA. So if you have friends and relatives that want to join, so there's still kind of availability for them to join this. I would say before the next class, actually. So that's another thing that we still have spaces for them. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Digi. God bless. Right. Okay. Let's crack on. Femi asked me that there is a double click function. Yeah, I know there is a double click function, but please, I don't know what to say about drawbacks or all that. The double click will stop at the same place, but again, once you do that, once you double click, now tell me how you're going to get to the bottom of it. You're going to start scrolling again, aren't you? Yeah, you double click the answer, then you go back here and you start drawing. And then you get there, and okay, this is great. This is 22,000. What if it was what if the same skill you just taught us? Okay, so you mean after you've highlighted everything, you can you can tap this or what? Control Shift, yeah. Okay, can you talk, sir? Because I don't know. I'm confused now. Can
Can
you
you hear
unmute?
me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
So I was just checking. So once you put in the first formula in the first cell,
So let's say we've done this, and I've done,
just one. Yeah.
and I've done equal to 1 times 1. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You don't have to select the range, just the cell.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So just do this,
Yeah,
and then
double click.
double click this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I've double clicked, and it's giving me the answer. How do you now get to the bottom? Control Shift down.
Yes, like you just taught us.
Okay. So why would you want to do that once you're already okay? Before now, if I had not shown you Control click down, this is what you'll have done. You'll have done this, and then you'll now be scrolling to see whether I was there. Right? Am I correct?
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, the control shift down, I just learned. So I was just
so
trying to figure out if there's a. I know creating a table maybe for future things, it might work out, but I was just trying to, think outside of the box with what I already know.
okay.
If I do this and I control shift down,
is there a drawback? Is there an advantage that tables
It's not a
already have?
drawback, it's not an advantage, but we are okay. So as a developer, as an IT person, you're not double clicking anymore. So even when we get to a SQL, you'll see that most of the queries you can just do click and play, play and go. This one that you bring this, you drag something, drag and drop, drag and drop. No, as a proper IT person, you don't want to be doing drag and drop. You want to control your flow. You want to control what you're doing. So please, if you want to do the double click after you've selected that, that's great. But look, it's going to take you double click. And then you have to carry your mouse and then go here and then look for that corner and then align it. And where you can just do Control Enter. Yeah, so it's no big deal if you want. If that works for you, why not? Okay, so Chinyere, coming to you. Chinyere, what you did is Control Shift and then you did down and it went all the way to the bottom, right? Good. Now, if you don't want that to happen, this is what I said. You can make this into a table. Turn this into a table. Once you create a table, the table has its boundaries and that will never go past its boundaries. So how do you create a table? Now, Chinyere, look, I've done it now, Control Shift down. It goes to 66,000 and we don't want that, do we? No. So I'm going to come here, click any part of this column, any part where there's data, click on it, and then go to Insert. Chinyere, can you see it now? You can unmute and talk to me while we're doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So click on any part of the data and then go on Insert from home at the top, Insert, and then Table. Then this little thing pops up here and it says Create Table. And it says, where is the data for your table? Well, it's A1 to I22051. So this is A1 and this is I. And we know that the last data there is 22,051. Okay, so that's captured the entire range of the data. Then the next part here, please always watch out for this. It says my table has headers. What does the headers mean? So basically, look, the titles. If your data has titles, then you click here that my table has headers. It has titles. If the titles are not there, if the data had started from just 1, 2, and all of that, then you'll do it like this. Do you get it?
Check. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So once you do that, you click OK. You can see now that it's putting a table around this. Now, if I do a Control Shift down, see where it stops. It doesn't go past the last bit anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I do a Control Shift up, it takes me back to the top. And now I can do exactly what we did before. Control Shift down and then tap equal to, and then you can do that multiplied by that. And once you're done, you can do Control Enter.
Okay.
And you're done. Okay, you got this?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay, right. I want to be sure everyone here has got this. And if you have, fantastic. Fantastic, because this is where you're now going to be working. Don't forget, guys, you're going to have a coursework today, right? You're gonna don't laugh. You're gonna have your homework, okay, and you have to do it. So we're going on to the next bit now. And what have I done here? Okay, so we're now going to start looking at a function. Everything we've done here, we've used formula. The formula we use there is a multiply. If they ask you to find the area, all you need to do, area is length times read divide by 2. You can type it here, okay? These are formulas. Right, now let's go into functions. Ooh, excuse me. What are functions? Well, first of all, a formula is an expression which calculates the value of a cell. We know what a cell is. This is a cell. Functions are predefined formulas, and they're already available in Excel. You don't need to create them anymore. They've been created for you. That's the first point you need to know. The next point, oh, come on. The next point is this bit here, which looks a bit confusing, but I will explain it in a minute when we start doing stuff. A function can take 0 parameters or more parameters. Those parameters are called arguments. Okay, what does that mean? So, let me give you an example now. Equal to today. See? You see this bracket, every time you open a sort of a function, it gives you some sort of bracket in front of it, right? So look, that bracket here, if you see this is like a guide. The one at the bottom is like a guide. And it's telling me, look, when you type today, you can open the parentheses or the bracket, but you don't have to put anything inside it. This one will not take any argument. It won't take any parameters inside it. So you might as well just close it. And guess what? If I do this, see what it does. It gives me today's date. Voila. Just like that. Yeah. Okay. Now, but there are some functions that I can use, like if I do left, see, this one tells me if I try to do a left, I have to put some parameters inside it. It's going to accept some arguments. See, I need to know what this does. I need to know what this does, and I need to put them in for us to get what we're doing. Okay, Mrs. Aborisade Oluwaseyi, please can you mute yourself, sir, or ma? Thank you very much. Okay, so this is going to take parameters. Yeah, or I don't know if no. I always do this all the time. Go away, go away. Or if I do equal to let's say VLOOKUP. Now look at the VLOOKUP. It's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters inside of it. Okay, so that's what that means. A function can take 0 parameters. In the case of this guy here, yeah, go away. In the case of that one here, it took 0 parameters. Whereas in the case of this one, it's going to take 4 parameters. Parameters are called arguments. Okay, so by the way, let's leave that. Okay, so I bet a lot of people didn't know that Excel can give you your date just by typing that. Okay, I can even do another one which is equal to now. See, now, look at that. Again, this one says no parameter. Okay, who can tell me what now is going to give us? Anyone who's used it before? Has anyone used it before apart from our old students? What is now going to give us? Anybody? I've used it before. You can show me with your hand and say I've used it before. Okay, well, let's go now. Boom. See, that gives us 2001, 2023, 808. The time has changed to 09 now, so I'm going to double click again. Way 09. I'm going to wait for the time to change to 010 now. And then I'm going to hit enter again. And then you'll see it will keep changing. If you open this Excel document tomorrow, by itself, this will update to 21. If you open it in 10 years, by itself, this will open to 2033. Because we are now using a function. But if I hard code it and I put today's date is 2001, 2023, then I leave a space and I put 20, the time now is 2009, and I leave it like this. See, watch the difference. So this is hard coding, this is function. Hard coding, function. Now the time has changed. I'm going to do that. Look at that. That's updated. Enter this one. That's not updating. You can see the difference. I told you earlier on that when we get to it, I'm going to explain to you the difference between hard coding and that. Okay. So this is Femi is saying, does it pull data from internet or from the settings on the PC? It will pull data from your settings on your PC. It's going to work, is aligned with your PC. It's going to align with your PC. Okay, so you can see that these are functions. Please, if you have a question, unmute and ask me. And that's because sometimes I'm talking away and I'm not looking at what people are typing. Okay, but I'm sure Elsie is here and Sarah, even Sarah is here. If they see any questions, they will ask me. But please, you just don't worry. Stop me, ask questions. Okay, now having said that, today we're going to be messing about a bit. Today we've got today's date. We've got today's date and time. What if we want to get age? What if we want to get people's age? How do we do that? How do we do that? Okay, so let's mess about with a few things today. Okay, let's mess about with a few things. And actually, let's see. Shall I do this now or do that later? Okay, let's do this now. Let's mess about. We've got about 19 minutes to go. So if everyone goes back to this worksheet here, right? No, actually, if you come here, let's look at today's date, someone's date of birth, right? Let's say Ali was born on the 23rd of January, 1982. Yeah, that's Ali. How old is Ali? How are we going to find out? Well, I can go here and say equal to today minus that. And if I click enter, it gives me a weird date, which if I come back here to do, I'll change it to number. It's giving me the date in numbers. And this is not what I want. So this is the number of days Ali has spent on Earth if he was born in 1982. 14,000 days, 972. 14,972 days. But how do we get the year? Can anyone tell me, how do we get the year of birth? Or how many years? Anybody on mute? What do I do with these numbers? Someone is going to say divide by 365, yeah? Am I correct? Oh, this class, come on. Okay, everybody on mute. Everybody on mute. Oh.
You guys should, there is no like wrong answer or question. Just
Everybody,
say something.
everybody on mute. I'm angry. No, I want to hear your voice. Don't type to me. I'm not seeing.
You know, some of us might be in a noisy environment. That's why
Wallahi, I
sometimes
don't care.
I don't know. There might be some sort of function, which
okay.
which would be, I don't know, yes, that turns.
I'm asking you. I don't say there might be. I know there might be. I'm asking you what function can we use?
At the moment, I'm relying on you to tell me because I don't want to go and
Femi, no, me and you will fight. Oh. Don't rely on me. This one is question. I'm going to start calling all of you that are muted. Don't worry, I'm coming to call all of your names, okay? You think you can hide in my class? Chinyere, what can I do?
Nothing. You said we should unmute.
Yeah. I asked the question before I said you should unmute. So I want to find this person's date of years, right? How old is this person, right? So we've gone to find the function today, which is today minus the date of birth, right? And we've ended up with the number of days between today and that date. So how can I get the year? How old is this person?
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Yes, Mr. Olabisi.
Okay.
Thank you. I
Okay.
like that voice. Go on.
Me, I'm of the opinion that we need to format the cell. Maybe
Okay.
probably by going to the format, and because the cell is already in the number.
Yes.
So when we try to format it,
Yes.
format it related to the date or probably the year. Anyway,
If we format it to year, what are we going to get if we format to year? 1970 something?
I really say.
Okay, let's format. Okay, look, I'm doing what you say I should do. What should I do? Time or date?
Time for it.
Eh?
Date. Yes.
Date, Abi. So do this
Yes.
one, Abi. Na lie, no work, Mr. Labisi. It don't work. You want to use Ojoro for us. It's not working. Mr. Who is Aborishade Oluwaseyi? What do we do? See, this person that was talking just now, they are quiet now. You're muted, by the way. I'm listening to you. What do we do here?
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking, I don't know if it's the right answer though.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we should minus today's date from the date of birth that is up here.
You are a legend. That's what we've done. So today's date minus that date of birth, which is great. But when we did that, it gave us in number of days. So if I want to say to you now, how old are you? And I say, if you ask me how old am I, I'm saying I'm 14,972 days old. You people would think that something is wrong with me. So how do I say I am 30 years old? I am 40 years old. How do we get that answer here? That's the question.
So maybe perhaps you could have changed the format of that cell to date.
We did that. We did that to date, and it gave us 1940.
No, I don't think you changed that format to date, did you?
We did. So change to date, and that's what is going to give us at the top here. Okay. Because it's not date we're looking for the number of years.
Okay.
Yeah?
Interesting.
Cool. Okay. Now that no one is talking, Aborishade has decided to be quiet. Is it, sorry if I'm calling your surname? Apologies. Is it Sheyi or Aborishade? Sheyi? Okay, ignore me. I'm coming for you. Precious, I saw you have unmuted. How are we going to do this? Please speak a little bit louder. I can't hear you. It's very faint. Are you using a headphone?
I'm very sorry. No, I don't.
Go on. Hey, I can't hear you.
Is it better?
A bit, yeah, go on.
Okay.
I can't hear you again. It's gone. Oh.
Let me use my headset, please.
Okay, go on. The next person is going to be Ginika's iPhone. Ginika, please next time don't use an iPhone. You won't get much out of the lesson. Okay, but in any case, you are here, so you're next. After that is Ife. After that is Igba David. After that is Lenovo, and then Mark, and then Tifa. Okay, in that order. Okay. We're waiting for Precious to put on her headphone.
Okay, hello, is it better now?
Better, far better. Go on.
All right, so I was actually thinking if we can follow the custom button under the format cell.
Okay.
So although I've been trying it here,
and it's not working.
I don't really know. So under the hashtag question mark divided by question mark. So if we can just format that and put in the dates that we got
This
divided
one?
by 365. Yes.
Ah, divide by 365. Finally. Okay. Now, I knew someone was going to fall into that trap.
Oh.
How many days are in a year? Everybody. Everyone should know this one.
365 days in a year, but 366 days in leap year. So that won't work.
So this person has lived through so many leap years and non-leap years, but you say we should use 365. How is that going to work? But you're on the right path because we have to divide it by 360 something.
Okay.
The average.
What's the average?
First, we got the number of days, right?
Yes.
I think we first need to divide by 365. We know how many years, and then with that, you can use it to estimate how many leap years was in there.
That's what I'm saying. This man. Okay, tell me what you're saying. So first of all, we get the years, and then we'll find the leap year. So if we find the leap year, what are we going to do with the leap year?
You subtract the number of leap years.
And then so let's let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna put all of this in a bracket. Yeah, okay, and I'm going to divide by 365 like you said, and we've got 41. Now how many leap years are here, and how do you want to divide this?
Okay, so leap year is every
4 years.
Every 4 years.
Yes.
So this divided by 4. So it means this person must
about
have
10.1.
10 leap years.
10.25, yeah. So you're going to take 10 years from this person, yeah, and give the person 31 years old, have you?
No.
You're actually taking days.
You're taking days.
Days.
How many days?
Take 10 days off. So whatever answer you get minus 10 days, that would
So
be
this
his
would be
exact.
40 years.
It'll be
11 months.
Jesus. Okay, wait. let me.
Yeah, 11
Let
months
me add
and
this into a
20
bracket
days.
11
again.
months and 20 days.
And take 10 days. You have added 20 again. I thought you said it was 10. Let me say minus 10 here and see what happens. Minus 10. Oh, we have a problem here.
No, that 10
not
there
minus 10.
is about
it's
years.
minus points.
Minus points. Points what?
Point 1.
Point 1. Where did he get point 1 from, this man?
No, it's not going to be 0.1 because we are converting years to days.
So
it's not going to be that. So if you are converting years to days, that will be 1 second. Please bear with me.
Okay. We are bearing with you. Precious is going to show us magic today. Lenovo says divide by 365. Yes, we have done divide by 365. But we are saying the question from there is this. Every 4 years we have a leap year, 366. So how have you accounted for it? So
I think
if
you would subtract the days from the date of birth and divide it by 365 days.
Yeah, so I'm asking why 365 though? Because every 4 years is 366 days. So you have said, what you've said in your calculation is this. We are assuming that all through this guy's life, there has been no leap year. It's just 365.
Oh, sorry. You add the 10 instead of deducting the 10.
You add the time.
You add the extra 10 days to his age.
Oh yeah, let me add 10 plus 10.
No, don't add 10. You won't be 10.
No, the 10 days.
It will be 41 years.
Yes.
And 10 days. That will be his.
No.
Wait, hold on. Wait, when you divided, he gave you a whole number. Was there no leftovers?
No, no leftovers. Okay, while you're doing your calculation, Tifa, what do you think?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, I would like to apologize. I didn't get an update in time. I didn't see the update. I didn't want to start for 6:30 until tonight. So I've just gotten off work now.
Oh, right. You're
Oh,
not your
so
computer.
no, I've not even been following. I've just put it in mind that I'll go through it again on Sunday.
Okay, all right. I'll let you
I
off today.
apologize.
Next Friday, I won't take that excuse.
It won't be like that next Friday.
No problem. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Mark, what do you think? Mark, don't ignore me. I'll come back to you. Year now minus year of, hey, Aboris Adeoluwaseyi has done something fantastic. I like that. Did it work for you though? Did it work? Did it work? And tell me, have you used Google? David, what do you think? We've got 4 minutes to conclude this class. David, what do you think? Okay, nobody wants to talk to me. Jenica.
Hello, hi.
Hello.
I was actually sorry for I'm using my phone. I just haven't
It's fine.
I just
Go on.
realized it is on the first place, so I didn't have my computer set up. But I was just gonna say the same thing. I think this person has just said, isn't there a way to do it with just the year instead of including the month and the day?
There probably is. Aboris Oluwaseyi, have you tried it? Has it worked for you? Okay, I'll wait for you to answer that question. Okay, well, so guys, let me just, before we start going into using complex stuff, let me just clarify this 365 days issue here. Now, we know that the Earth rotates around the sun 365 days, and then the fourth year, it does 366 days. And how is that? It is because the Earth rotates every year at 365.25. 365 and the quarter of a day. So after the first year, it does 365 with a little quarter. And then the second year, another quarter, making half. And the third year, another quarter, making 3 quarters. And the fourth year, it completes the fourth quarter, making it 1. And that's why you have 366 days. So the average of that is just simply divide by 365.25. Please note that.
We got the same answer.
Okay, I'll let you have that. I'll let you have that because that is negligible, right? Because that is a bit, it won't change the answer. If we had gone into decimal places, you'll have seen the big difference. But yeah, okay. It's technically not the right answer, but you know, visually it looks like the right answer, but it's technically not the right answer. But anyway, well done, guys. Well done, everyone, for contributing. Thank you. So this gentleman said, let us try this. The year equal to the year of that minus the year of that. The reason I've asked him if it works is because of the way he has written his query there. I don't know whether that's going to work exactly like that, but he has a point. And yes, we got that, which is fantastic. Well done. Thank you for that, Oluwaseyi, even though you've not talked to me. But just be careful when you write your query. because you've put no bracket here, and you've done this as well. So that would have given you some sort of error if you had done that. But anyway, moving on. See what I mean? Well, I'm giving you some sort of error. Anyway, moving on. Let's now mess about. You guys now know how to calculate anyone's date with Excel now, using today's date of birth or today's date minus the person's date of birth. Now, I'm going to introduce a few things here that we'll mess about with dates. And now, guys, everything you do in business intelligence has got to do with dates, time, date, time, date, time, date, time, all the time. Please remember, if you don't get things right with date and time, everything you do in your report is wrong. Yeah, because you
I have a question, please.
Yes.
In an instance where you get data that is roughed up or mixed up, and the format the thing here is day, month, and instead of that, in the mix of all the data you got here, month and day, is there a quick way to fix things like that, or does Excel just it knows that it's a date of birth?
Say the question again. Is there a way?
In our, for example, if we got a list of dates, that's date of birth.
Yes.
And this is day, month, year.
Yes.
What if we got it day, month, year, and then some records are year, month, day?
No.
As different countries have
it won't do it
different
for you.
formats.
It will not do it for you. So, first of all, you need to know the date. You need to know the type of date you're working with. Yeah, you need to know the type of date you're working with, and you need to go and do the format to however you want to do it. So if we format this, right, and you go to date, yeah, you can see the different date type here. You can do 14.3. There will be 3.14 as well, which is America. So if you change this one now to the United States, bloody hell, where is it now? Yeah. Okay, so if you change this to United States, by the time you put it there, it's going to be 3.14, blah, 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 blah. So you can't mix and match, otherwise you ruin everything. So if you are having, I don't think there's going to be one Excel document that is going to be for UK and America in the same file. No, you can have a company that has branches everywhere, but you know that when your data is coming from the US, you have a bit of work to do with it. And this is where we call the process ETL, extracting, transformation, and loading. That's a different process. You need to transform that data to match your own data, otherwise it won't speak to each other. Okay, does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, thank you. A bit of thing that I want us to do here. I want us to start messing about with dates here, and I'm going to be going fast here. Again, please stop me if I'm going too fast. We're supposed to have finished already. So date here, I want to convert this date. As you can see, this date is given me in normal date format. I want to write it in a different format. How do I do that? Equal to, I'm going to use a function called text. You see this text, it will convert a value to text in a specific number format. It will convert a value to text. So I want to change this date from date to text. So look at that. I say text. So it's asking me, what is the value you want to convert? Say, well, I want to convert the value in this. Okay, then it says, once you've given me the value, put a comma. I put a comma. Then it says, what format do you want? Now, dictating the format I want. Remember, this is text. Whenever you're writing a text in Excel, you need to cover it with double colon like that. You need to wrap your text around with a double inverted comma. Okay, so I want to see it in this format: day, 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 month, 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 year, 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 and I cover it back, and I cover my bracket, and I do enter. Look at that. Saturday, July 2014. I don't like that format, so I'm going to try another format. Date 2. Right? Okay. So again, because I want to this is now text, it's strings. It's no longer a date or an integer or a decimal. So I come back again and say equal to text. So text helps you to convert stuff. So text, and I say what is the value? The value is a date. Then now I've picked the value. I'm going to put a comma there, and it says what format do I want? It's a text, so I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to say day, 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 comma, day, day, month, 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 year, 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 year. And I'll tell you what all these do. And I click enter and see what it does. Saturday, 05 July 2014. Yeah. So depending on what they've asked you to look for, to find, you can do it this way. Now, look, let me now try to explain that in bits. So once I convert into text and I say this is a date I want, now if I do DD or if I do D, it will give me a date in single digit. So basically, if it's the 3rd of July, it will say 3. If I do M1, it will say 3, 7. And if I do year, year, it will say 3, 7, 14. I can separate that. I can separate that with that and that. Yeah. And then cover it up and enter. See? 5, 7, 14. Or I can decide to add this as double D. If I do a double D, so that's 0, 7. And if I do double M, so that becomes 0, 7, 0, 7, 14. See? Or if I decide to do 3 Ds now watch what 3 Ds will do, and 3 Ms. It will now change it from numbers to words. So SAT, Saturday, MON, Monday, TUE, Tuesday, WED, Wednesday. But I can't do that for year because you can't have 202 to represent 2023. It won't work, right? If I put one more Y here, it changes everything anyway to 2014. It just knows that you're not serious. You're just messing about. See that? And let's look at the last one. If I put a complete 4 Ds here, and this is the maximum you can go, 4 Ds here, and 4 Ys here, and 4 Ms here, this will give you a full Saturday, full Monday, full month. Yep. And here we go. Oh, sorry. One more M here. And there we go. See? April, December, Sunday, November, and all that. So that is one way of changing your date. So using a text to convert to other stuff. Okay, now haven't done this. Now, which one is the best? I don't know. Entirely up to you. You don't want to. You want to use this. You may want to use a hyphen in between. That and that, whichever one makes your data look okay. Entirely up to you. You can change it now. Now, you can change it to American format like the gentleman asked us, date America, if you want. So you can go equal to text, and then this is the value we want to convert, and then you can go MM, or day, year, and that does it for you as well. Cover this up with an inverted comma and that. Okay, so you can see if you want to convert, if you have an American data coming in, you want to convert it to UK date, here you go. Yeah, okay. Now, let me do a couple of things more before we go here. Let's say this is an item that we are selling, and we want to know how many days this item has stayed on the shelf. You already know what to do here. Numbers of days on shelf, shelf date, shelf days, right? You already know what to do. It is going to be today minus equal to today, and close that because this also today doesn't take any other argument, minus that day. But I must tell you, once you do this, see what it does. Every time you subtract days, it would give you the answer in weird dates. But not to worry, just leave it, select it, go here to the top here and change that to number. And then it changes it there. Now, we don't want it in decimal. You can come here and control the decimal and get it away. So this has spent 321 days on the shelf. Again, if you want to convert this to number of weeks, shelf weeks, how many weeks has this stayed on the shelf? Again, you start from here. It's today's date minus 321, then divide by what? 7. Is it 7? Nobody's listening. Nobody's answering me again. Am I dividing by 7 or I'm dividing by 752? Anyone?
7.
7. It is 7 indeed. Thank you very much. So all I do, I can copy this formula or I can type a new one. But bear in mind, guys, if I am going to do this new one and I know that is all of these divide by 7, and I go here and I put divide by 7, we have a problem, because you remember in math you have to follow BIDMAS or BODMAS. So basically I need to wrap all of these in a bracket before adding the new formula to it. So let's copy this. Copy. And let's do the no. Oh, come on. Okay. Let's come here, type a new formula, which is this. But then I'm gonna wrap it all around. And then do a divide by 7. And that's it. Control Enter. It gives me the number of weeks. Again, it gives me weird dates, which I do not want. I go here at the top here, and then I change it to number. And it changes it to the weeks. Again, if I want to convert this to the number of years it has stayed on the shelf, we already did that before, which is finding date of birth and stuff. Shelf years, same, similar, come here. It's all of that, which is now all in brackets. Then divide this by 365.25 and enter. Again, you get your weird years, it's fine. Go to numbers, change it to numbers, and you can see 8.54 years. Well, in terms of years, nobody wants to know the dot or whatever. We always say it's about 8 years. You can move this away. Well, 8.5 years in one decimal point. I have another meeting at 9 o'clock, so I need to round this up now, and so on and so forth. Well, what I've just introduced to you now is text, and then, you know, converting dates, which is where I would have loved to stop. But there's one more thing I would show you, which is this. Again, we've done this before. How do we do all of this? I want to add up all of this in one go. So what do? I can insert a table here, like we said before, and it knows where to stop, see? So I just press OK. And then here I just do a select, Control Shift right. Can you see what it does? Control Shift right. And I do equal to the sum. What is the sum? I want to add from here. So I select this and I do Control Shift down. And you see, it knows where to stop. It stops just before the total. And that's it. That's all I need to do. And I just do Control Enter. See, it picks everything up straight away. I'll do that again so you can see. So I want to add all of this, and then get the total here as well, right? I don't know why that's that color. Let's make it black. Okay. So let's make this colorless. Okay. So look, I want to add them instead of adding all of these together and then dragging across. No, I can just go Control Shift right to select everything and then instantly press equal to, and then use a function now. You know, before we used one plus that one column plus another column. Now we have more than one column. A function to use will be sum. Sum everything together and then go on the first one, select it, do Control Shift down. It will stop at the last one, and then you do Control Enter, and it adds everything for you. The same thing here, you come here and you go Control Shift down. You can do Control Shift down, and you can do sum equal to the sum of, what do you want to sum up? That, Control Shift right. It knows where to stop, Control Enter. You see it? So this is a two-way table completed in less than 5 seconds. That completed, that completed, that completed. Okay, I'm stopping here right now, guys. And I know I've said a lot of things. I'm going to stop recording. Any questions? Anybody has any questions?
The only question I had, I mean, I'd put in the group before.
Yeah.
Is it okay to post on LinkedIn that we're interns at Blue Sky City? I haven't gotten a response. Yeah.
If you want to, bro, it's fine. It's okay. I don't mind anyone. It's fine. I'm gonna stop the recording just because